For those I haven't yet met, my name's Nicole Kelly. I'm Small Business Commissioner, and I'm really pleased to welcome you to the Small Business Friendly Program Conference for 2026. Thanks everyone for making the effort to be here. I'm disappointed to see so many people wearing blue, but I'll get over it. As some of you would know and would have seen on the program and probably even met yesterday at the workshop, our MC was going to be Stephen Smith from RDA, and unfortunately Stephen can't be with us today. He has had a little medical thing that he needs to have attended to. It's nothing, it is serious enough that he couldn't make it, and he was very sad and did have to contact us in the early hours of this morning, so he was clearly trying his best to be here, but it's nothing life-threatening, so do not be concerned on that level. But what we do have now as the MC is Peter Maddock from my office, and some of you would know Peter. He's the director of our assistance team, and I certainly, yes, exactly. And I certainly benefit from his knowledge and his expertise, so we're in very safe hands today with Pete. So with that, I'll introduce Pete up on stage and I'll let him take over.
Thanks so much, Nicole. And yes, last minute Larry has stepped in off the bench, so bear with me, everyone, but thank you. Obviously, welcome to the conference, and I'd like to just acknowledge some of our distinguished guests to begin with. Firstly, Arnie Sally, who's here with us from Darumble people. So Arnie Sally's going to do our Welcome to Country in just a moment. I'd also like to acknowledge Minister Minikin, also the Honourable Donna Kirkland MP, obviously Commissioner Kelly, Ombudsman McClary Smith. Linda's here, thank you, Linda. Mayor Bello and Mayor Williams, thank you for joining us, and also any other councillors that are with us today. But I will just go through a couple of housekeeping things and then invite Arnie Sally up. So the first things are that our emergency assembly area is out these doors to your right. Just follow the centre's staff. They'll make sure we're safe. Our morning teas and things will be served out in that foyer, and if you go out there and you turn towards the left, head towards those doors, the restrooms are at the back on the outside there. And on the right-hand side is a designated outdoor smoking area as well. If anybody ever does that anymore, you can go out that way. And also, just last thing, wanted to point out that if you do need to connect during the day, there's a little card on your tables that's got the Wi-Fi and the password and things like that. But without any further ado, I'd really like you to welcome up to the stage Arnie Sally, representative of the traditional owners of the Darumble people. Thank you, Arnie Sally.
Thank you, Peter. I'm very honoured to be here today. So, and I'll just say Gulligan Yillan, which is good morning in Darumble. As a Darumble elder, custodian and native title holder of the ancient traditional lands and now the native title lands of us Darumble, I stand here today on behalf of the Darumble People's Aboriginal Corporation, RNTBC, and all of our small businesses that go out from Darumble. And so, I'd like to pay my respects to my God first, and to my elders, past and present, and to the young Darumble leaders who are rising up today. I acknowledge them. I also uphold all Darumble law, culture and language. And so, it's great to be here to see what is happening on our country, because when us Darumble are prosperous, and you come in and you make us more prosperous, that makes us to be a strong country to live in, where we can bring our children up and just step out. They can able to step out into what they desired, what they would like to achieve. So the sky is the limit, and the ocean is also. The sky is not the limit, really, because we've just recently flown to the moon. But also us Darumble as I stand here, and I mean next month, I think it is, we will actually be have a ship coming up from the CSIRO and working together with the Queensland University. It's 7 stories high. And so this was an initiative that we put in place 3 years ago, and it will take place in August this year. And so we will actually map the ocean floor outside here, from the Coral Sea right through to the river here. So, you know, if we can do those sort of things and arrange for those sort of things, I'm sure small business can also accomplish whatever you want to accomplish here on our country. And so as a person who really would like to see us grow strong as a Darumbal people, and I pay my honour here to my 2 mayors, Mayor Ballard and Mayor Tony, and so and also to Donna, and the minister. So yeah, so I'd just like to say, so we will have rangers who will go out and work on this ship, which is 7 stories high, like I said, $4 million a day, by the CSIRO and the Queensland University. So Darumbal initiated that, and so this ship will actually sit outside on the Coral Sea and do a lot of scientific exploration of the ocean floor for us. And so, you know, like I said, there's no limit to what you can do, and what if you want to do it, you want to put your hands to it. So here on Darumbal country, we encourage that. We encourage small businesses because that makes us to be strong. That makes us to be people who can hold our heads up right throughout Australia and right throughout the world. So I just say today, my embargo to Darumbal Nunti. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Auntie Sally. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce to you today the Honourable Steve Minikin, MP and Minister for Customer Services and Open Data, and Minister for Small and Family Business. Minister Minikin is a passionate advocate, and you'd know that if you've met him, for Queenslanders and small and family business, working to simplify government services and support local economies. Let's welcome Minister Minikin up to the stage.
Well, good morning to each and every one of you. I had an outstanding night in Rocky last night for the first 55 minutes of the game. Then it took an absolute nosedive departure. Yes, we were robbed, but can I just, before I begin, is there anyone here that is a Blues supporter? This is very important. Right, excuse me. Just wait for it. Are you ready? Security? Gonski? No, more than welcome. It's what makes it great. Seriously, can I begin by also acknowledging the traditional owners of the land? That was a brilliant welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that very, very much. As I've done for 14 years, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners. I acknowledge pioneering families who made this part of Queensland what it is today as well. And thirdly, but by no means leastly, to anyone in front of me that's either served in the Australian Defence Forces or has a member in the ADF, I absolutely salute you and I sincerely thank you very much for your service. We're joined by a lot of VIPs, to the mayors, councillors. It's great to see you all here as well. Very good, and I enjoyed catching up with you, Mr. Mayor, last night. I'll enjoy catching up with you, Mr. Mayor, at some stage as well. But particularly great to have so many representatives from local government. And I also acknowledge Linda McCullery-Smith, who is the Australian Small Business and Family Enterprise Ombudsman. I thought my title was rather cumbersome, but I tell you what, Linda, you've given me a good run for my money, as well as Nicole Kelly as well, our Queensland Small Business Commissioner as well. Folks, I love the fact that when I actually come to Rocky, because I need to acknowledge someone very dear to my heart as well, the one and only Donna Kirkland MP, who joins me in the State Parliament. It's a real joy because when Donna gets up and speaks in Parliament, she actually does it very much from the head as well as the heart. She is a true, passionate regional ambassador for here. And as a witness in Donna, she will know that I've told her in my previous career as a developer, I was travelling all over Queensland and I would often be here at Rocky. But the one thing that I will say is this. In the last 10 years, I'm calling it out, the last 10 years, things are changing here. And in the last 5 years in Rocky and surrounds, it's really changing. And I'll cut the chase here. The last couple of years, every time I come to Rockhampton, the zeitgeist, it's starting to well and truly build up. Now, I don't know whether it's a leftover from Victorians a New South Welshman and women that post-COVID decided to hang around here? I don't know. But it used to be 10 years ago, and here's where you'll start throwing bananas at me. 10 years ago, if I wanted a good cup of coffee, it was International Roast or Nescafe 43. 10 years ago. Who's disagreeing with me? Not many. Okay, there you go. No bananas thrown at me. Now, great coffee. You might think, glib example, the coffee index. It's true. The reality is, no matter where you go now in Rocky, there is just something in the water. So, to the Mayor, to the Council, to all of you, I congratulate you for what it is that you're actually doing. And there are more than 5,000 small businesses in this particular part of Queensland. And some of you have heard me say this before. When you come in as a minister, excuse me, you're given all these incoming ministerial folders and briefs. And Linda has worked in different federal agencies as well, and you would know that when there's a new government come in, new ministers, they get their incoming government folder briefs. Rather daunting. It's just thick folder, and words to the effect, Minister, if you don't attend to that and that, we're all going to die. Bit like that. Yes, it's a bit like that. What you do, you wade your way through it, and then you work out the wheat from the chaff. The reality is, though, one thing stood out to me. When I first came in 18 months ago, we had around about 495,000 small and family businesses throughout the state. At last count, we're now at 508, and I'll get an updated figure in a couple of months' time as well. So over 500,000 small and family businesses throughout the state. So, I mean, that's a lot of butcher, bakers and candlestick makers. And off the cuff, I want to really get to something, because I'm going to go through some things that we as a government are actually doing for small and family business. And no apologies, unashamedly, I will refer absolutely to this little literary classic shortly. But I want to give an example of something dear to my heart. And it's not just as the minister for small and family business. It's an attitudinal thing in society. It's a cultural thing in society. I'm talking about risk, and very specifically, risk aversion. I was married over 30 years ago. Don't know how she stayed with me. She must have a huge heart, my wonderful wife. We're still together. Many years ago, we got married and had a honeymoon in New Zealand. And where am I going with the story? Went to the Remarkables, which is truly, they are remarkable, anyone that's been to them. And there was some little tourist trail, and we got to this ledge and escarpment, and it had this little tiny chain wire on a couple little posts, and it simply said, if you cross over this, you will die. Full stop. Full stop. Little tiny chain, little placard, if you go beyond this point, you will die. Now you might think, where am I going with this? Well, we came back after a couple of weeks of honeymooning in New Zealand, and I had to do a road trip as a property developer, and I was amazed at the contrast with the warnings and signs and fasten your seatbelt, remember to fasten your seatbelt, last chance, fasten your seatbelt. We were absolutely, with our signage, etc., and it's not a criticism of any one department or council, I'm just saying as a societal thing. It was almost like cotton wool, cotton wool, cotton wool. Now, I'm not going to be cavalier as a Minister of the Crown and say we don't need laws and rules and regulations. Of course we do. We need sensible laws and regulations. But you can't tell me, particularly from a small and family business ethos, that somewhere along the way, as a society, I'm not laying blame on any one political party or local, state or federal jurisdiction, but it's my fervent belief that somewhere along the way we have lost the ethos of that true entrepreneurial spirit and juices to let people have a crack unencumbered within reason. Within reason. Now take, for example, and it's an old chestnut, and I want to welcome the great work that Nicole Kelly and her crew have been doing. And it's just one little metaphor example, if I want to bring it back very much to small and family business, because I've only got 20 minutes and I've got to get through some things that I also need to say. But I use the old chestnut example of opening up an alfresco coffee shop, a couple of street-side tables, etc. If we go back to 1958 or 59, Greeks and Italians, that great wave of post-World War II migration, they set them up. They got the first machines that made all those funny sounds and little nozzles and whatnot. A bit better than Nescafe 43 or International Roast. When they first set those up in the 50s and 60s, what do you reckon they needed by way of bits of paper? 1 or 2 bits of paper to register, away they went. In Brisbane, right now, I hear varying reports, but it's somewhere between 31 to 33 bits of licensing, regulation, bits of paper on the wall. Crazy. Between local and state and federal, with the different jurisdictions and their involvement, just to open up a coffee shop now, roughly 30, 33 bits of paper, 35 bits of paper in Queensland. Now, maybe people might say it's a glib example, but I don't think it is. I think it goes to the heart and soul of why we need to absolutely, with partnering with local government, state and federal, to unshackle the creativity and the entrepreneurial spirit that this great state and nation was built upon. Which is why this time last year, May, as you're all aware, is Small Business Month. That was why last year in Townsville, I announced the launch of this Small and Family Business First action statement. Some of you might have heard me say this. I want to congratulate my department because we tasked them with doing something that was pithy and cut to the chase. I too, many, many years ago, was the executive officer at the Redland, as it was then known, Redland Shire Council. The first part of my career was involved in local government, and it's very dear to my heart as the tier of government closest to the people. And I acknowledge all of you, mayors and councillors and staff from local government here today. I really acknowledge the great work that you do. There is a but. You too need to partner with us, and that's why it's great to have Linda here as well, the Australian Small Business Commissioner. I'm not going to use her full title, I'm going to cut to the chase. The fact is, it's great to have her here today as well, because she is our vessel, our conduit, to also make sure that the feedback that I can pick up from you and from Nicole, our Queensland Small Business Commissioner, is also distilled at ministerial level directly to Linda, because she gets it. She understands the essence of what we're trying to do. When small and family businesses prosper, your local areas prosper. The state prospers. You get the drift. And I'm going to demonstrate pretty soon some of the things that we, the Chris Foley government, are doing to put small and family business first. But I want to talk about some of the opportunities. Hands up if you enjoyed last night's game. I didn't. Yeah, I did. The first 55 minutes. It was a great game, okay? We all know it. So what's it going to mean with the second game? Record TV viewership? Fair punt? Fair assumption? We will probably get the Eastern Seaboard for the second game somewhere in the order of maybe 4.5 million people tune in to watch that game. Not bad. 4.5 million eyeballs. Yeah, sure. Some of them are fair weather friends to the rugby league code. That's the only time that they'll watch it throughout the year, state of origin. That's fine. That's fine. The NRL don't mind. Ka-ching, $1 billion revenue stream. They love it. But I'm saying this. Next game, if you're not there, you will absolutely know that you're probably going to be viewing it with about 4.5 million other people. 4.5 million other people. In 6.5 years' time, there is going to be 2 events, Olympic and Paralympic Games, the likes of which none of you can even imagine what is coming. 4.5 million, 4.4 million watching the second state of origin. On any given day during the Olympic and Paralympic Games, try 5.4 billion. 5.4 billion people tuned in to watch. We don't have enough accommodation just in Brisbane. We don't have enough accommodation here, there or everywhere. We need everyone to pull together. This is going to be the epicentre of fantastic rowing. We're going to have Maryborough, archery, etc. All throughout and Cairns, Barlow Park, we're going to have footy. We're going to make sure the Olympic and Paralympic Games is throughout the state. What does that mean, though, specifically for small and family business? Well, there's $2.5 billion worth of procurement that's up for grabs. $2.5 billion. And think of it logically, a couple of weeks, little break, a couple of weeks for the Paralympic Games, and I think those athletes are just truly extraordinary. They're just next level, the Paralympians. we need to have something like 5,500 golf buggies in Paris, 10,000 whistles, 375 kilometres of temporary fencing. It goes on and on and on. Temporary stuff. Small footprint, disposable. Recyclable wherever possible. But the key thing is this: we're going to need everyone and anyone to get involved, and small and family business will also play its role. So who has heard of the ICN Gateway? Some hands, hopefully, thank you. Pump their sales up. We need small and family businesses to start getting involved now. And that's $2.5 billion in the lead up to the Olympic and Paralympic Games. But do any people know, without me going into auctioneer mode, what our typical annual spend is with products and services here in Queensland? Any idea? $1 billion bucks, how much? I'll take opening bids. Have I got an opening bid or holding bid, sir? How much do we spend as a state in Queensland? Anyone know? Is it an advance on 10 billion? How much? 300 million? All right, I'll cut the chase. $35 billion. The government, state government, spends $35 billion each year on products and services. And one of the things that we want to do as a Christopher Lee government is to try and do everything that we can within reason to give small and family businesses a crack at that $35 billion supply chain, to the tune of around about 30% of it. We want to try and make sure that small and family business aspire to about 30% of that share of the $35 billion. It's a lofty goal, and it's one that I'm determined to drive. Will it be easy? Well, no, but it's one that we are really, really keen to drive. And the fact of the matter is, that's something that can be done now. But I also would say, with Olympic and Paralympic procurement, that extra $2.5 billion pot, start looking at it now. The reality is that we need to do everything that we can for small and family business for these simple reasons. They employ over 1 million Queenslanders. You heard me say earlier, there's over 500,000 of them, and they collectively contribute $132.7 billion to the Queensland economy, small and family business. So when you have follically challenged bald politicians get up that are in a state of despair because of the result last night and say these words, they are the backbone of the economy. I don't talk like that. They are the backbone of the economy. Without small and family business, we're nothing. Yes, here, the beef capital of the world. Great steak last night, by the way. Fantastic. Yes, primary production, Cairns, Townsville, Tourist. Yeah, know them all. But at the end of the day, what is the glue that holds everything together? No matter what your primary resource is, it's small and family business. They hold it all together. And that's the reason why we absolutely will be doing everything we can to support them. So this time last year, May last year, I proudly, going back to this document, released it up in Townsville. And I'll come back to Townsville shortly with an announcement I made up there last week. I made sure that we kept this under 20 pages. I think from memory it's about 14 from memory. There we go. Yep, 14 pages. Because the first couple of drafts were typically, I say this respectfully, but maybe not, typical government, whether council, state or federal, this big tome and effort, it was like, boom, nah, do it again. Get it down to something that small business people will actually read. They're time poor. I've had my own small and family business. I hated getting the email from my accountant saying, get your BAS ready each quarter. And I had to log into telecommunications and receipts and bring it all together, PDF it, send it off for my BAS return, etc. And I'd do it when? On a Sunday night at about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, when all I wanted to do was just watch the Formula One and get some sleep in the early hours of the morning. No, not being a hero here, right? I've been there, done that. I've hired, I've fired, I've been subject to supply chain issues. I've been not paid on time. I've had to pivot. I've had to scramble. Does it make me a genius? No. But it does make me a small business operator. So coming back to this, that's why I wanted something that would be actually two things. I guess three really. Readable and usable, but also, try this on for size. Hold me accountable. Let me repeat that. Hold me accountable. Well, why would I do that? That's not the political dialogue or narrative. Normally it's duck, pivot, weave, cover, obfuscate. No. I come from the real world. I come from a world where I was paid very well, but I had to perform, or I was Gonski. That's the world I come from. Some of you have heard me say this statement before. I have a few degrees, and I've got a master's in economics, but I've got the best PhD of all. Common sense. PhD in common sense, which is why I wanted to make sure that particularly the back few pages here, we would provide exactly the sorts of programs and things that we will do as a government, quantify them with what we're going to spend, and be held accountable. So the reality is that last week I actually was involved in relation to launching a program called our Regional Business Gateways program, around about over $14 million worth, and I want to just spend a little bit of time on that because I am conscious of the clock. The Regional Business Gateway program. Blind Freddie knows, but it's not often emphasised, that every region is different. What floats the boat of small and family business in Rockhampton is different to the Fraser Coast, is different to the Sunny Coast, Gold Coast, Park Brisbane, forget about them. Are the here's for me saying that? No! Oh, there you go, right? Well, I come from Brisbane, love it, right? But the reality is, this Regional Business Gateway program is something that we want to do, a program where we invite councils, chambers of commerce, enterprise groups to work, and small business people to work together to look at ways that funding can be driven to drive their particular niches in their particular areas. For example, maybe agribusiness in Toowoomba, tourism, skilling up small business more for tourism opportunities in Cairns, and be different here in Rocky, whatever. We want to make sure that we have a funding envelope up to $600,000 whereby councils, chambers, interested parties can work collaboratively, coming up with programs, and my department is quite happy to render some assistance to get the ideas and the seeds rolling so that it's something that can be done to drive the sorts of skills and learnings that your particular small businesses might need. Now maybe, shoulder debate, maybe Operation Talisman Sabre, maybe it's something can be done in relation to, I don't know, small and family businesses in terms of the defence pipeline. Not per se maybe the manufacturing, might be that, but that support that's required. And that's something that we'd be very keen to have a look at with that Regional Business Gateway program. And those applications I announced about this time last week in Townsville. So that is open. The other thing as well I'd like to also mention is the Secure Communities Partnership Program. I need to get a little bit of like audience feedback. Secure Communities Partnership. Who's heard of it? Yeah, thank you. That's good, because that would be scary for me, because we've given out to 60 different entities money. So that's good. It's been a runaway success. The Secure Communities Partnership Program is funding envelopes available in a couple of different streams. In the past, we've done it with local councils exclusively, but we've got one open at the moment with Secure Communities Partnership that businesses directly, small and family businesses, can directly apply for. And what's it for? Where we've got those black spots, whatever, and we don't have enough bollards or lighting or CCTV, there's been some issues, etc., law, disorder, youth, vandalism, crime, whatever, and there's a strip centre or just somewhere that can be absolutely protected or boosted. It's not just CCTV, upgraded lighting, bit of street beautification, etc., bollards, a whole range of things. We're prepared to look at and work with small and family businesses directly. That's the Secure Communities Partnership Program. And that's a $40 million program over the 4 years. And that dovetails into, again, this document. I've only got a few more minutes left. But in this document, it contains not just the Secure Communities Partnership for $40 million, it contains in the back here, the back 4 pages, the $100 million overall. So I'd invite you, being Minister for, I guess, all things digital and computers as well, if you really want to make sure that you get the best of it, it's downloadable as a PDF as well. And it's available at all good fish and chip shops as well, and QBD for the 50-cent bookstore as well. Seriously, this is something that you all need to have a lens and have a look at. And I particularly would invite people as well in local government. You might not have a small and family business yourself, but I'd invite you as well to at least get your laughing gear around this. It really is something that we are proud to do for small and family business. The reality is this: no matter where I go throughout the state, and I have to be a little bit tempered here because being a state minister of the Crown, and you come to events like this, I try and play the politics very, very fairly. But I will say this: I too, like most people, try and be as fair-minded as I can be. I believe both sides of politics are capable of greatness. You've all seen that. Having said that, though, from a small and family business perspective, I believe the budget that was handed down a couple of weeks ago was probably the most unkind to small and family business, the federal budget that I've seen in my adult lifetime. Like I said already, without being a smarty pants, yeah, it's true. I do have a master's degree in economics and business degrees, whatever. But I come back to that statement, as glib as it might be, but I got a PhD in common sense. That did not pass the common sense pub test in many, many ways. Now, I don't need to amplify it, but I caught up with someone who is very switched on this morning for an early cup of coffee, and I got there a few minutes before her. And on the screen, I think it was Today's Show or Sunrise, but anyway, I think it was Today's Show. I couldn't help but literally as I was walking in, on a big screen TV in the back of the restaurant where I was going for a coffee, down the bottom, the banner, the ticker, the banner, little on the bottom of it, small business let down, federal budget. It was on the bottom of the TV. Now, I wasn't able to hear it. I would have loved to be able to hear it. But no matter where I have been, I get up at 5 a.m. every morning. The first 25 minutes I read, at least speed read, the Courier Mail, the Australian, the Financial Review, and I also look at 3 other publications as well, with the Chicago Bond Index. Weird, I know, that's just what I do. I have not seen the coverage from a small business perspective on a federal budget as castigating as the one that was handed down 2 weeks ago. That's the feds. I am the minister in the Chris Foley government. What we will do is keep on powering on, and we will make sure that we work collaboratively with, I believe, the greatest stakeholder groups that we can work with. I'm staring at them. Now, Mary, whether it be your great group, enterprise groups, or whether it be with the councils, chambers of commerce, other key stakeholder groups, we are prepared as a government to partner with each and every one of you. I won't be a minister forever, no one is. But whilst I'm privileged to hold this title, every breathing day that I devote to this portfolio, because it's a great mix, customer service, open data, small and family business. It's a great linkage, it's a great nexus. I will walk over hot coals to help small and family business. Why? It's for this reason. Many years ago, I managed shopping centres, and I started off in some small ones. My first one was Albany Shopping Village, a Coles and around about 45 specialty shops, freestanding Red Rooster. And I thought, trying to be a bit of a go-getter, I'll set a tone here, and I'm going to get there very early on my first day and let them know I'm here for them. So I rocked up at around about, how naive is this? I rocked up at around 6 a.m. in the morning at the centre. And I thought, that'll set the tone. What a fool was I. What a fool was I. I was already beaten by hours. The butcher and the baker, they were there. They were baking since 3:30. And it was a salutary lesson for me just what small and family businesses do. So I'm going to end where I started. And I've got a message specifically for all of you. Many of you are key decision makers. Look at it from that risk profile of a small and family businessman or woman. Why is it, using just one example, to do something like opening up, as noble as it is, a coffee shop with some al fresco dining? We put people through the blender with that bit of paper, that approval, this sort of thing. A lot of it is just duplicated red tape, and it's something that I'm very, very privileged to be able to work with a great team of people, with Nicole and her team, my own department, and I'm looking forward very much to working with with Linda and her team as well at a national level. because we need to make sure to have an overall thriving economy. It starts with small and family business. And my closing remarks go something like this. Go the Maroons, game 2. Thank you so much, folks. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you very much, Minister. And Nicole's going to join us back up on stage, and we've got the exciting news of the awards to get onto now. So over to Nicole.
Thanks, Pete, and thank you, Minister. It's always great and no surprise to see and hear your genuine passion for your role and for supporting small and family businesses. And I think there were some really good points made there that I've had individual conversations with many of you in the room and also colleagues who aren't here, how important it is that we work together respectfully to keep doing great work we're doing, but also to challenge ourselves and each other on some of that thinking and really sort of looking to, can we innovate? Can we learn from each other? And that's one of the great things of this program, that there is such collaboration, genuine collaboration around people sharing what's working, which is always great, but people sharing what hasn't worked. We did this, I wouldn't do it that way again, and here's why. And so I think if we can continue that and focusing on that, I've been lucky this month to travel around a bit, but also prior to that, I spent some time in Yeppoon and in Rocky a little while ago and met with both the mayors and their teams. And there is that genuine passion there to really do what we can to support our regions, our local small businesses in the different ways that they need it. So yes, what we're about to do is to celebrate some of the initiatives and the work that has happened over the last year. And I'm really looking forward to talking through some of the finalists and the winners. So the first category and the first award we're going to be awarding is the Initiative of the Year. So this recognises a standout project or initiative that's already showing really great results and has the potential to deliver long-term results for small businesses in that community. So let's take a look at the finalists. I'm assuming these slides are working behind me. Thank you. Oh, I can see it down there. And I'd also like to recognise Sharon, that many of you know, but she runs the Small Business Friendly program and is here to be the award passer on to the Minister. So the first finalist in this category is Safe Spaces, Thriving Places, delivered by the Bundaberg Regional Council.
That's the spirit.
That's right. So this initiative focuses on improving day-to-day trading conditions and business confidence in Bundaberg's CBD. Local traders, council teams, police and community partners work together to deliver practical, visible changes addressing safety, local amenity and communication. So strong link to the Minister just talking about secure communities and how important it is to have successful businesses. Traders reported improved confidence, increased collaboration and stronger relationships with council. Correct. Yay. Our next finalist is Business in Brisbane Online Community, delivered by Brisbane City Council. So this initiative centres on large, moderated online community supporting peer connection information sharing. Rather than relying on traditional one-way communication, the platform is designed to facilitate genuine business-to-business support, achieving sustained engagement through regular posts, discussions and peer responses. And I was at an event with Brisbane City Council last week and a councillor, and the effort and the enthusiasm that they have around how they can really have that two-way communication online, getting real-time advice from citizens, etc., is really commendable. Our final finalist in this category is Master Your Food Business, delivered by the City of Moreton Bay. This initiative utilised industry benchmarks and real business data to help participants master their cost structures and pricing strategies. Delivered through a structured program combining diagnostics, training and direct expert support, it has achieved exceptional results, with local businesses demonstrating improved profitability, tighter cost control, and a renewed confidence in their long-term viability. I think that's really important. We're all hearing, you are hearing as much as I and as much as the Minister, and no doubt as much as Linda, if not more. Cost at the moment is such a key concern for small businesses. So I think that anything that helps businesses master their cost structures and pricing strategies is a really good thing. Okay, now, before we announce the winner, I would also like to commend Mareeba Shire Council for their Munch and Learn initiative. And so that initiative is delivering short, accessible learning sessions tailored to the realities of running a small business in regional areas. And we hear time and time again, it is so hard for small businesses to take that time out of the business to work on the business. So I think those really consumable, short, sharp things, if it's a Munch and Learn, that type of thing, it's really going to be able to help them participate rather than carve out the time to come to a full day workshop and things like that. So well done, Mareeba. And that was my drum roll. It's not very good, so come on, people, I need your help. Thank you. The initiative of the year goes to Brisbane City Council for their outstanding Business in Brisbane online community. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, well done. The bulb was bouncing off my head.
Please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I won't take too much of your time. I'm incredibly honoured to be receiving this award on behalf of the most incredible team of passionate individuals who support small business. We are all here because supporting small business is something that we are all incredibly passionate about. It is the backbone of this country. 97% of businesses in Brisbane are small businesses. We need to continue the great work to make sure that we can help them innovate, we can help them thrive, and we can help them in the lead up to 2032 to scale, grow, and be the best that they can be. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we're on to the Member of the Year award categories. So first we're going to recognise the Member of the Year with a population less than 50,000. So that this recognises councils in smaller communities who have delivered exceptional outcomes for their small business. And these finalists prove that big impact comes from bold ideas, not just big populations. In fact, some of the ideas and the initiatives that we've been lucky enough to be able to share with our members have come from really small councils, so well done to everyone working in that space. Our first finalist is Charters Towers Regional Council. And, in fact, I happen to know that it's somebody from Charters Towers' birthday today. So happy birthday. But also, this nomination reflects the outstanding impact of steady long-term engagement with Council, maintaining a consistent supportive presence rather than relying on one-off initiatives. Through regular business breakfasts, surveys and informal catch-ups, they actively gather feedback to address emerging issues. This business-first feedback directly shapes Council priorities, resulting in a boost in local business confidence and ongoing active participation. And this particular entry, it's just showing the importance of putting in the work in every day. The next finalist is Western Downs Regional Council. This nomination highlights an exceptional role in supporting local businesses through repeated natural disasters and extended periods of disruption. Through the delivery of a comprehensive business resilience program, the Council combined workshops, mentoring and one-on-one support. Consequently, local businesses have reported increased confidence, clearer strategic planning and significantly improved preparedness for future disruptions. And I think that is the reality, right, of of the present and the future. In some areas of Queensland, we are seeing more frequent and more severe weather events, and so I think there's just a wealth of knowledge and information out there that, once again, through this program, people can be sharing with each other and we can all benefit from. And our final finalist is Mareeba Shire Council. Their nomination centres on practical capability building across a dispersed regional community. Mareeba has delivered targeted programs supporting digital skills, resilience and business confidence across multiple towns. There's clear evidence of local businesses successfully applying these new skills to enhance their visibility, streamline operations and improve long-term adaptability. And the Regional Member of the Year with a population of less than 50,000 is, drumroll please, Mareeba Shire Council. Congratulations.
Thanks, everyone. I am Jess Feely. I'm Mareeba Shire Council's Tourism and Economic Development Officer. We're a team of 1.6, that's me. So I'm very grateful to win this award. We've been a small business friendly council for nearly 5 years now. And I've been coming along to the small business friendly conferences and shamelessly picking everyone's brains and stealing ideas. So I really do feel like this is everyone's award because I have really just implemented some of the great work that many in the room have done before me. So it's really valuable for a small council like ours to have the opportunities to come and meet with other officers and take back some of those learnings to our very important small business community. So thank you.
And now to our final award category. It's the Member of the Year population greater than 50,000. So this award recognises councils in larger communities who have delivered exceptional, far-reaching outcomes for small businesses. These finalists demonstrate how strategic leadership, tailored resources and visionary programs can empower diverse and thriving business ecosystems. So let's meet our finalist. Our first finalist is Redlands City Council. Redlands' nomination is centred on the delivery of place-based support and actively addressing structural barriers for local businesses, with a particular focus on their unique island communities. Recognising that local procurement can often feel complex and out of reach, the Council undertook targeted work to improve local access to Council contracts and supply chain opportunities. So anyone out there, pick Redlands' brains on how they did that, because we do hear, and I know that many local councils in this room are really trying to increase their local procurement of small businesses, but that's one of the key things, and we see it in state government and no doubt it's in federal as well, that many small businesses, you know, they like grant programs, they're really useful, they address targeted things, they want government as a customer and they want council as a customer. So anything that you can do to increase that, big props. So yeah, go and pick the brain of Redlands City Council. As a direct result of what Redland has done, local businesses have reported a significantly improved understanding of procurement pathways, because you've got to know how to work within the machine, and a marked increase in confidence when engaging with council. Our next finalist is the City of Moreton Bay. Moreton Bay's nomination stands out for its focus on tangible outcomes, robust evaluation and sustainable long-term capability building. By partnering with external specialists, the Council has delivered highly structured programs that offer targeted, practical support tailored to the unique needs of specific business sectors. Local businesses have demonstrated significantly improved financial literacy, greater confidence in navigating reg compliance, and enhanced operational resilience. It's an outstanding example of how strategic, data-informed investment can build stronger, more capable business community. And our final finalist is Brisbane City Council. Brisbane's nomination demonstrated scale, consistency and deep organisational integration, rather than confining small business support to a single department. And Brisbane City Council is a big one, right? It's a huge council, so it could be really easy to be siloed. But the council has successfully embedded support across multiple council areas, ensuring a cohesive whole-of-organisation approach. Brisbane City Council has truly shown how wide-reaching and integrated support can build a thriving, interconnected small business community. And so, the final award winner, correct, thank you very much, for the Member of the Year with a population over 50,000 is City of Moreton Bay. See, that spirited drum roll was rewarded there. Oh, no, don't you? Oh, really? You don't want to go and get the photo?
Share.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, go and get the photo. Yeah, no, go and get the photo. With that excellent sparkle on the outfit, you can't not get a photo.
Sorry, I was keen for the speech part. So, look, you may realise this is the second time that we've actually won Member of the Year. So, was the inaugural Member of the Year. We proudly participate in the Small Business Friendly program, but we were a Small Business Friendly council before that. We work together. We're lucky enough to have quite a good team. We have a council that believes in our economic development department. We all work together for the benefit of our local businesses, including our small businesses, and we have about 33,600 businesses in City of Moreton Bay. We're working towards being a city of 1 million people in the next probably mid-2050s, and how we structure that is going to be really, really critical for our small business community. So we've kind of partnered with organisations like Coffee Commune, Constant Contact, UniSC to deliver a number of programs that look at financial literacy, tax compliance, our cafes, restaurants, businesses as well, just to give them the best chance to survive and actually thrive, because they are that colour within our community, and we've got a diverse community there. So we're all very focused on doing that. Christine is the brains behind the Master Your Food business, and if you got to see that one up close, it was an absolutely remarkable, detailed program. So, you know, it was just a pleasure to be there. So thank you so much, and I'll hand over to Christine to say a few words. Thank you. I'm fine. You're fine? All right, I get to say the last word, but thank you so much. Everything you said, Vicky.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you, everyone.
Pete's racing up, but that concludes the awards. Thanks for everyone who entered this year, and I do know that there are great initiatives out there, and many councils are doing really interesting things and working in collaboration with chambers, with peak organisations, with industry groups, and with your small business communities themselves. So already have now in mind what you might be looking to enter for next year, because it really is a great opportunity not only to highlight what you're doing, but to raise the awareness that we can continue that collaboration and sharing. So thanks everyone, and congratulations to all the finalists and the winners.
Thanks so much, Nicole, and congratulations as well to all of the winners. So we've got a few things that we want to go through before we break for morning tea. One of them is, it's not good timing because TJ's just bent down over there, but TJ is in the room. Yeah. Not the best of timing, sorry TJ. TJ's taking care of bookings for the shuttle bus. So this afternoon we've arranged at 4:45 for those of you who are making your way to the airport. If you want, we've got 20 spots on a shuttle bus. So TJ is in charge of that. She's going to be at our table in the back corner there. So please make sure you go and see her. first in, best dressed. So, we've got a little bit of time now before morning tea kicks off that you can do that. Second thing that I wanted to cover was that those who have won an award, what we're going to do is set up a spot over here. The finalists as well, if you could please join us as well. We're going to do photos over here. And they're bringing out morning tea at 1:45, so you've got some time to grab a tea and a coffee, use the restrooms, all those kind of things, and then they'll bring that out. It's 1:15 that we're going to start again. What we ask you to do is, could you please make sure you grab those last cups of tea and coffee 10 minutes before we start, so that we're back at our tables, we're ready to go. We want to really make sure we get everybody out on time today, but plenty of time for networking, catching up with everyone. But reminder, finalists and the award winners here. Remember also at the back of the room we have some of our fantastic councils. We've got small businesses, we've got our showcase area. So make sure you come and see the team down there, have a chat to them. I know Reef Distillers is down there and definitely going to be popping over to say hello to Lorith. And so, make sure you do the same. So again, 1:15, we will kick off again. Make sure that we're in our spots ready to go. Thanks very much, everyone. Awesome.